So yeah, I haven't done this before, but some of you guys may think I have done this before, but I didn't. I actually did something similar, but not exactly to what today's video is. You see, my last top 5 anime video about Netflix was actually specifically about Netflix originals, as it says in the title of that video. And I say in that very video, although of course that didn't stop people from saying anime that weren't Netflix originals should be on that list. So if you're looking for a list on Netflix originals, check out the link in the description or pinned comment for that video. But today, here's my list for top 5 best anime on Netflix, and of course this list is based on very reliable statistics, aka my opinion. Also, I live in North America and it would be very all over the place if I did a list for Netflix in every region, when every region is different. So if an anime isn't on the North American Netflix, well then it's not on the list for this video, and this list isn't for my favorite anime in existence, just the ones I believe are the best on Netflix as of right now. Also, if you could go ahead and hit the like button and make sure that the YouTube algorithm actually starts working in your favor by getting you more anime content instead of those random videos YouTube always recommends that you don't care about. And of course, subscribing would get you all the anime content on this channel, so go ahead and do all that to not miss any future videos on this juicy anime content. So let's get started.
Sensu beans, yeah, I need to regenerate. I'm about to go off like I'm the Avatar state, and I can say
At number 5, we have Ajin Demihuman, an anime that ranked much higher on my previous Netflix anime top 5 video, but of course that's because we were only dealing with Netflix originals in that video. But the first thing that catches the eye with this anime is that it is fully done in 3D animation, not 2D, and sure, lesser anime fans may be immediately turned off by that simple fact, but this show is very awesome, and anyone who watches anime on Netflix definitely should check this out. It deals with people called Ajins, and basically if you are an Ajin, you just can't be killed even if you try to kill yourself, and the only way for you to ever know if you are an Ajin or not is if you end up in a certain circumstance where you clearly should be dead, like being shot in the head or getting hit by a car and having your body completely tore up. But if you are an Ajin and people find out, then be prepared to be hunted down and experimented on very painfully. Not to spoil much, but Ajin can produce a being called a black ghost that emulates their personalities and fights for them, but they also have a range of powers like paralyzing people with a scream and much more. Trust me, this anime is really awesome, and I'm sad to say that it only has 2 seasons. Wish it had more, but it's just so good, and you do get a full story. Check out the anime. At number 4, we have a pretty popular anime on Netflix. It even got its own completely terrible live action movie for Netflix, and of course that is Death Note. And if you haven't watched the anime and only watched that piece of garbage, boy, you need to immediately start watching the anime. This anime is arguably one of the greatest anime of all time for any platform. Of course, this anime isn't exclusive to Netflix, however many used Netflix to be introduced to the show. For those that don't know what Death Note is a show about a boy named Light Yagami, who receives a book called the Death Note and is guided by a Japanese god of death named Ryuk, simply because Ryuk is bored and Light uses this book, which can kill anyone simply by writing their name in the book and picturing their face. For his goal of shaping the world in his image, he does all of this crazy stuff that you'll see once you watch the show. Okay, for number 3, we're going into controversial territory simply for the fact that this anime happens to be one of the most popular in existence, and if something is popular, I don't know, people tend to want it gone. but it's on the list, and that's Naruto. And also because it's popular, people will be mad that others are higher than it on the list, but it's number 3. Yes, Naruto, in my opinion, is one of the greatest anime of all time. It's about a kid who is isolated in his village because he has a 9-tailed beast that lives imprisoned inside him that almost destroyed the village 12 years before. He wants to be the Hokage, which is basically the lord of the village, and for that to happen, he has to become a great ninja. And through awesome action, story, and a bunch of other stuff, we see his journey, and we also see Rock Lee, who my YouTube self is half made in the image of, the other being Todoroki from My Hero Academia. I think my intro told you that much, but this show is one of the greatest of all time. If you haven't seen it, see it. And at number 2, we have one that, come on, many of you guys have to agree with, and that is Attack on Titan. Yeah, I like Attack on Titan more than Naruto, sue me. This anime is just, well, amazing. Most people say masterpiece, but it isn't over yet, so I guess we'll hold off on that word. It will be soon though. A civilization surrounded by multiple walls goes a long time without any attack from giant human-like beings called Titans. But one day they break through the wall of a city and massacre so many and eating them. And honestly, for these shows, I don't really want to say much for the stories because you just have to experience it yourselves. When I first watched this show years ago, I didn't know what it was about and was blown away. So you just watch the show. It's fantastic. Now for number 1, a show that many people mistakenly say is my favorite anime online, and once they find out that it's not, they ask continually what my favorite anime is. But hey, I've answered that question before, so go ahead and find out that answer on this channel. But at number 1 for the best anime on Netflix, which is available in most regions for Netflix, that is Hunter x Hunter. Oh wait, I forgot to say the X. That is Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, this is my second favorite anime of all time and tells the story of two 12-year-old boys named Gon and Killua, who go on a journey to become hunters, which is much more complicated than it sounds. They get powers and all of that, and just don't get stuck on the first episodes thinking this is childish. It gets dark real fast, and man, just amazing and emotional this series is. If you want to see what the top 5 best anime originals on Crunchyroll are, make sure to see that one right here on the channel, as well as other top 5 anime videos on the channel. Check them all out. My name's Konjik, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjik.